Medium SUVs are often thought of as little more than high-riding station wagons, but that's not the case with this pair.
The Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk and Land Rover Freelander 2 are the last off-road capable SUVs of their kind, and although each has a slightly different approach and attitude, they remain impressively capable off the beaten track. On test is the V6 petrol Cherokee Trailhawk and turbo diesel-powered Freelander 2. The Jeep offers more power than the Land Rover but is outperformed on torque to the tune of 104 Nm. Both vehicles come with a multi-mode four-wheel drive selector and both feature an automatic transmission, though with 9 ratios on offer in the Jeep and just 6 in the Land Rover, the differences are noticeable.
Though not in the way that you'd think, the additional 3 ratios in the Jeep can occasionally feel like overkill, and as a result the transmission's just a little more busy than that of the Land Rover.
But when hunkered down in off-road mode, the differences were less evident. The Freelander 2 built torque at a slower rate, allowing smoother climbing than the petrol-powered Cherokee. Conversely, the Cherokee's hill descent control showed more polish, allowing the Jeep to crawl down steep grades in a more secure manner. Where off-road geometry was concerned, the Freelander 2 held a slight advantage, yet fell short on ground clearance and drew level for water fording. The Land Rover's steering is more communicative than that of the Jeep's in spite of its lighter weighting, and although the Freelander 2 was a more comfortable ride, neither vehicle experienced any issues with wheel articulation and pushed on regardless of whether 4, 3 or even 2 wheels were in contact with the ground. With regard to price, it's the Freelander 2 that is nearly $7,000 dearer than the Jeep. It's also more expensive to service. In mitigation, it's a diesel, so keeping it fueled will cost less in the longer term. Those considerations aside, the Freelander 2 is still a real contender in this segment when judged on its off-road ability. But that's not to say that the Jeep is a non-starter in this race, far from it. The Cherokee Trailhawk proved highly adept off-road and, in spite of its radical looks, is a very well-equipped SUV. So the decision then is one that falls to the head or the heart. For us, the heart says go with the Land Rover, but the head says buy the Jeep.